Welcome back to the Grand Slam channel. Today is Friday, May 9th. Flex Friday on Prize Picks. Make sure you opt in on your promotions tab for a free roll. Quick recap of yesterday. It was one of those days. Yep, we did have a blowout. NBA, of course. MLB, play of the day. Casey Mize did cash. Uh, Overall for NBA, we believe we only hit one or two slips. Not a good day when it comes to blowouts. Should have expected it with Curry out. I just thought Jimmy Butler and Buddy Hield should have stepped up, at least made it close. I mean, we shouldn't even have blowouts in the second round. But we move on to today. We got two NBA games and a full slate of MLB. I'm going to focus a little bit more on the NBA side since we do have some competitive matchups with Cleveland and Indiana. Obviously, Cleveland is desperate for a win here. But I think Indiana might pull off the upset. I do think Cleveland wins today if you're taking money line. As far as the other game, we have the Nuggets and the Thunder. That should be very competitive as well. I'm going to wait a little bit more on that Cleveland game. We do have a couple players that are questionable, so I will post my slips later for that. So I think I'm going to focus more on that Thunder game. Evan Mobley, Hunter are questionable. Same thing with Darius Garland. But for that Thunder and Nuggets game, first one I'm going to be targeting is going to be Westbrook. Been the go-to guy off the bench. Been playing great. Been playing prime Westbrook. I think everything's in play. I do like his points. I like his PRA, fantasy score. Actually, his fantasy score I'm going to stay away since he does have high turnovers. Points and assists, 17.5. Solid, as you can see, past green. I mean, I think he's going to go over on pretty much every single prop. With the exception of the fantasy score, I am scared of the turnover issue. But for everything for Russell Westbrook, points, this keeps getting bumped. It was at 12.5. Then it got bumped to 13. Now it's at 13.5. I think his points and assists or PRA itself at 22.5 is solid. Most likely I'll be taking either his points and assists, or points and rebounds. Next up we're going to go with is Tyrese Halliburton. And for him, I'm going to be taking his assist. I expect him to bounce back on that assist department. Obviously, he's been playing great as well. He's been hitting all his assist props with the exception of last game. Last game, he did not hit his assist. Fell off, so I'm most likely going to be taking his Gabi. He's been cashing his assist, though. So I'm going to be taking his higher paying out Gabi, which is at 8.5, I believe. You can get 7.5 or 8.5, either or. Points is another option. If you take his points, probably his Gabi is best option, or even his points and assists. Points and assists is definitely in play. If there is a Gabi option, 24.5 is solid. 28.5 alone. I think for points and assists, we'll be taking his Gabi instead. Brings me next up to Nesmith, and his props have been bumping up and down. It's probably the most popular play as of now. But Nesmith, good matchup. He matches very well against Cleveland here. Been playing great as well. I mean, PRA, fantasy score, I'm going to be taking Nesmith all across the board. Matches very well against Cleveland. So I think everything's in play for Nesmith. Just keep in mind that his props are being bumped, especially his points have been going up and down from 12.5 all the way to 13.5. Back down to 13. Everything's in play for Nesmith. It's probably going to be my play of the day. Aaron Nesmith for, let's check his fantasy score. Field goals made at 4.5 is solid. I mean, Nesmith is going to try to, obviously the Pacers are going to try to get that 3-0 lead. But Aaron Nesmith is possibly my play of the day for NBA today. Followed by Westbrook. Brings me up to my other pick, Isaiah Hartenstein. Another guy like Aaron Nesmith, matches well against Denver. Plays good defense against Jokic. Points and rebounds will be his best, and I see this getting bumped. Hopefully you guys get it in. It's at 19.5. I see him getting 23 to 25. But his points and rebounds is the best option. Should be at 19.5, and there it is. Definitely taking Isaiah Hartenstein. I already took him, Nesmith, and Westbrook on an underdog slip with that boost that they got going on. I did lower the lines just a tad bit, but I am running a 3-man power on underdog there. So if you're in my quarter, you guys got that slip already. Let's see. Obviously, you can target the studs. Jokic. I think rebounds and assists is his best option. Been taking his rebounds and assists. He's cashed every single time with the exception of one time. He's at 23 now, so he did go up. He did get bumped. This is way a little bit too high. 20. I mean, he can cash that on rebounds alone. I mean, the series is tied 1-1. I think Jokic is gonna have a monster game. He had 79.4. I think anything with Jokic is in play. PRA at 44. Gabi, I'm probably gonna be taking that. He's got to have a big game or else he's going to go down 2-1. But these are the props I like for NBA. As you've noticed, I don't have any Cleveland Cavaliers player. I'm still waiting on the news on Hunter, Mobley, and Garland. But obviously, you can target the number one guy, and that is Donovan Mitchell. Points is at 28.5. Was at 29.5, so it did get bumped down. It's in flux right now. I mean, we're still waiting news on these three key players. I mean, Evan Mobley's a starting guy. Same thing with Darius Garland. And then DeAndre Hunter is the number 6 guy coming off the bench. So Cleveland are playing handicap. 3 players are questionable. 3 key role players are questionable. But Mitchell, I think everything's in play for Mitchell. Even with those guys in, Mitchell should have a good game. Fantasy score is solid. I mean, he had 77.5, 48. At full squad, without them at 77.5. So he's at 43. Definitely taking some Mitchell today. So let's head on over to MLB. See if we can incorporate some props into our Flex Friday slip. But these are the 6 that I like for NBA. So let's head on over to MLB. Pitcher strikeouts, usually my favorite tab. Schoolball, 5.5. Gotta have some schoolball in there. 7 is solid. Might push at 7 though, but his original line is solid. Bryce Elder at 4. It's pretty solid as well. Jose Quintana 4. Against the Rays, I do like that prop. I actually like his fantasy score in that matchup. Clay Holmes 5 against the Cubs. That's a tough matchup for him. Probably gonna fade that. Hunter Dobbins at 3. I'm gonna take the over on KC. Unfortunately, yesterday we took Martin at 3 strikeouts. He only got up to 2. I mean, just because it's a low line, it's not a guarantee it's gonna hit. I mean, it's a tough matchup against KC. Hunter Dobbins is a different story. He is a high strikeout pitcher. I really thought Martin was going to get those 3 strikeouts or at least push yesterday. So I'm going to go with Dobbins today at 3. Max Meyer, I do like this matchup. I'm probably going to take his fantasy score. I do have the Martins bouncing back. I mean, he had 0 strikeouts in this last start. I think he's going to go off. So pitcher strikeouts or fantasy for Max Meyer here. Like this spot for him. Hunter Brown, the newly ace of the Astros. 5.5 is solid. 7, I mean, his line 7 is solid too. I mean, he had 9 against KC, 9 against Toronto. Going against Cincinnati. Cincinnati does strike out, so I actually like his original line at 7. I see him getting 8 in this matchup. DG does have him at going over at 53% hit rate. So this is a good solid prop against Cincinnati. I don't think Cincinnati has faced Hunter Brown before. So that is a good matchup for him. Sugano and under here. He's not a strikeout pitcher. That time we took him, 8 against the Yankees. I mean, that was just out of the blue. Going against the Angels. Angels do strike out a lot. But I think they get to Sugano. early in the game, so that's probably an under there. Sasaki, tough matchup against Arizona. He's going to have some walks issue. 2.5 would probably be best. As you can see, it's the most popular play, so definitely see him getting 3 strikeouts against Arizona. Plus, I have the Dodgers bouncing back as well. But here's 6 solid ones for pitcher strikeouts. Obviously, we have a full slate for MLB, so a lot of good pitchers going today. Let's see if we can see any value on pitcher fantasy score. Clear the board real quick. Schoolball at 40. I can see him clearing that. Quintana's 25. I see him clearing that. I see him bouncing back too, especially on that last game. Zach, 22.5. That's a good under. Dobbins at 20. That's pretty low. Max Mayer, I do like that spot for him. And that rounds up my hit. Ronde Vasquez against Colorado. Colorado's been horrendous this season. And that rounds up my top picks. Let's see if we have any walks for Sasaki. He's at 1.5. You should take it. Everything's pretty much a demon. Actually, this is our hitters. Walks allowed. So they do have it as a Gabi at 1.5. I mean, he's been averaging 2 a game. Going against D-backs, I think he allows 3 here. And that rounds up my top picks for today. Full slate for MLB. Make sure you guys break it down. Other than that, please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support. If you're interested in the Discord, the link is in the description below. Hope you all have a great weekend and see you guys in the next one.